Nations League. And yeah, the deciding round in Group A, we have XlorD versus Armin to kick things off. XlorD representing the Germans, of course. ArminvB, the star player for the Netherlands. This is the best both countries have to offer. And of course, the 4-time German champion goes into this as a little bit of the favorite. And I think Germany, they want to get revenge for the points they lost in the Clan War versus Greece. And now, ideally, get a 12-0. We're going to have 2-2 later, as we are already a couple of minutes in the game. We have XlorD on the right-hand side for Mousesports in Germany, of course, with DK and Ghouls versus Orc. This is a little bit of the new way to play this matchup. No DK Fiends anymore. Mr. ArminvB, Farseer, Headhunter. And he has to get some points. I think the 2-2 is up for grabs for everybody. Kevin and Scars versus Armin and Sasuke later. In the one-on-ones, Germany is definitely favored, but if there is a Dutch player who can score some points, might be Armin. He's played thousands and thousands of cups in the past 2 years, getting better and better recently. Defeated Johnny Cage in a random versus random. So there we have the end-game sound. Alright. And starting off quite well. Level 2.6, we of course want level 3, where XlorD is already. Here's the coil, there's the kill. XlorD's ruthless aggression in the mid-game. And arriving safely on tier 2 without having to fear the level 2 wolves just yet. But Armin will get there. And then create some time, but XlorD knows exactly where his opponent is going. There's not too many possibilities where to go. I think green spot here, and of course orange spot on the right hand side, but almost getting trapped. The wolf's a little too small. Needs an extra stake, I guess, to get a little more thick and close the door. But XlorD wiggles out of that. Armin with a good scout if there is creeping happening. Also here on the right hand side knows exactly what XlorD's next step is in the mid game. As the Lich is coming. With that ghoul opener, as Juan pointed out during the cast of Happy vs. Lin with me yesterday. If you play ghouls, you can have the presence you need in the mid game already to not be forced into the Dark Ranger, but rather go for the standard Lich. And XlorD again sharking around trying to steal something, but it's not enough. It's just 1 HP missing prior to the TC coming in to the mix. As we have a tier 3, we have the Raiders coming, more and more Headhunters, of course. XlorD not brave enough to pull the ghouls yet, or might not find it necessary without relying on their strength on tier 3. That's a nice chain lightning. That's of course mana invested, but it's also the kill secured right before the arrival of the Lich, but you can always steal units with the Nova, or creeps here I guess. TC with Stomp first, XlorD with the sweet dodge though. But the speed scroll secures the retreat, and that Lich, look at this Lich. Circlet, gloves, claws, slippers, very, very good inventory. Little low on the run of Necromancy, but still so many skeletons despite not having a Dark Ranger here. XlorD's first appearance for Team Germany. Juan has already played in the early stages. It was oftentimes Kevin and Scars representing the team as well. But here, when everything is on the line, we get the Lord. Thank you, the insatiable Nico, for the 5-month resub. Any update when Carson is back? Thanks for all the entertainment. Well, no Team Canada, unfortunately, so not today, but soon, TM. More and more pressure. XlorD, with only the 2 heroes, allows him to delay the creeping, and there's Coral Nova, and that leads to the end of the Farseer. Domination by XlorD thus far. But it's not the ultimate strength of the Orcs unlocked yet, but it's a crucial timing where this kill happens, because the Farseer usually wants to roam around. It feels like Armin is not too comfortable yet to that new tier 2 meta of roaming and harassing undead heroes. It can't unfold the TC, and that's a big liability for the late game. Nice little block by Armin. How many ghouls does he have on lumber? A lot. He's creeping now with them. A little bit hurt. But damn, that is a big spot. How nice is that? Creeping with ghouls and statues only. That's a lot of regen, of course. And he was able to continue this harass with DK and Lich. Excellent creeping by XlorD. Something that I've personally not seen yet. That's pretty incredible. So TC finally level 2. But it feels like XlorD is getting ready for more murder. We have the Ghoul Frenzy update researched. We have even the Vamp Aura, plus the Scroll of Healing. That's great inventory. And Armin, he still has to wait 20 seconds to get the hero back. And the TC is hurt already. He might have to evacuate. Yes, with the Zeppelin here. Can he save all? First, the TC. That was most important, but I think there's not enough cargo space to save all the units. Except one, I guess. Dark Ranger, tier 3 push. XlorD didn't come to play. XlorD just wants the points. And there's no cement upgrade. Ay, ay, ay. Little undead wrecking balls tear through the ore base. And this is looking very, very promising. Even a sapper used to kill the second burrow. So this is already a success for the German. A minute into this push. And yeah, that is an old school way of playing undead. Tier 3 into burrows. One of the wind used by Armin. Pretty nice, but a raider goes down. The Lich is a machine. Little bit of an anti-timing. Pushing with a level 2 Lich. We could just do a pit stop and go for another one, but it works out so beautifully. The supply gap is rising and rising and rising. And the TC is falling too. Is he? Armin giving his all. But XlorD is just surrounding one unit after the next, and that is the first victory out of many for Team Germany. XlorD on Last Refuge. Very, very well played. That was incredibly solid. And it is the 1-0 for the Lord. As we said, he went into this as the favorite, and he proved to be the favorite. Well, I'm looking for new game names. Ah, they have to do the vetoes now. So the system here in Nations League is... wait a second, where's the news? I had the news somewhere up. Did I close it? I think I did. Anyway, if you like Nations League, and this is just a qualifier, mind you, you can support it. !W3NL links you to a match arena. This is $1,100 already. And if we reach the 1,500, then Frenchie, who's been a wonderful supporter for this tournament thus far, will add another 500. And that goes for every 1,250 the community contributes. Pretty incredible. So W3NL in the chat if you want to support this tournament. The big boys, you can also, by the way, get yourself a W3NL War 3 Champions icon for your respective country or just with the logo. It adds $3 to the prize pool. So shout out to that. As the game has been hosted, Northern Isles it is. This was the map where Armin was able to kill 2 of Happy's heroes back when we had ESL Cup. Oh, and thank you, Manchan, for the 50-month resub. Yeah, that creeping, man, that was pretty sick. So, as the qualifiers are progressing, we have Russia already going through Group B. which is a star-studded lineup, by the way. Serbia doing really well in Group C, and Peru doing very well in Group D, where we have the South American or the American region. So next up is the map that Armin chose in this best of 3. It is Northern Isles. But yeah, how to stop the Lord. He said in the interview after Meisterschaft that he feels like Rusty the Lord. But it feels like he's playing more and more games and getting back in shape. Thank you, Cranker, for the 55-1-3 sub. It's pretty insane. So Armin in the bottom left for the Netherlands, and the Spartans, of course, once again. Bottom left in the yellow. He has had tremendous games versus Undead, but that new style with ghouls seems like he's not that ready. At least not on game 1. Maybe he can do some adjustments. And of course we gotta ask ourselves if this is a ghoul build again by XlorD, or if he goes back to straight up fiends, but there's the second ziggurat. If it's a second ziggurat, then it's ghouls. If it's a graveyard 1 ziggurat, then it's fiends. And that is quite wonderful. I want to see Tink a second now. Wow. Armin with the mind games. But you can't throw off XlorD in the mind games. He's way too strong in there. So the system here is if you win the best of 3, gets you 2 points for your team. Or if you win 2 and 0, right? It's 2 points for your team. If you lose 1 and 2, you get a point as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so every map win basically is a point.
A player's forces are under attack.
But a 2-0 is 3 points. So basically like W3 War 3 Info. So very important to win the series straight up 2-0 without losing anything. Wow, XlorD. With ghouls straight up to the Magi. An item, oh, another big mana potion. This truly is the weekend for big mana potions. And it is level 2 unlocked, can't be prevented now. With Lightning Shield and Mantle, this can be dangerous. Ghouls die rather quickly. Especially against this AoE that we got here. And that's level 2, so we have double lightning on Armin's side. Might open up a way to harass XlorD's economy. Or disrupt creeping a little bit. Big camp here, the Murloc Flash Eater. Armin's army is coming. Oh, but that Chain Lightning was a tad too early, I believe. And an End Snare on the Wolf, so with that mana invested, what's he supposed to do? Boom! Maybe a deny, just like that. Keeps the DK around level 2. He gripped that with 2 ghouls, Jesus Christ. Yeah, XlorD's creeping, man. What the hell? He seems to be enjoying the new ghoul style. And it definitely brings a new flavor to Undead play. As Armin at the moment is still stuck with Farseer. Can he reach level 3 faster than on Last Refuge? Is the question. Parry up the Vitality. Not that great. Replenishment Potion for XlorD is great. Here's the Graveyard of the tier 2 transition. Tier 2 faster, despite the ghoul play by Armin. Wow, even denies the skeleton, so the Farseer doesn't get extra experience. That's the level of play that XlorD is bringing to the table. Should scare the Netherlands quite a bit. One is in a boot camp at the moment, not too sure about Spiral shape, but he's definitely following all the competition. Not too sure how much he plays. Oh my god. Mana Stone for the Farseer and level 3 unlocked. Strong camp by Armin, taking the middle away, the big strength of the orcs in the mid game, especially when there's no Dark Ranger. Coil thrown again aggressively. 84 has shown it. Oh, is the cooldown off? It is, but not enough here. Yeah, you don't get a Dark Ranger. That means the Headhunter should be a little more safe if the ghouls aren't out. You can take another camp with that, as the Lich also takes longer to build. And the Coil thrown, he had the mana ready. Cancel Sealing again. And yeah. This new Undead build basically flips the script, right? Especially in the mid game. The defensive Undead play until tier 3 is no more. You've gotta find new ways as Orc to play around that. It's really, really effective. DK also Pendant of Energy. That's so strong. Now the TC... Oh, it's not even out yet, and he's already going for the Magi. Maybe to not waste any time. What's that music? Yeah, for, I don't know, 10 days now, I somehow unlocked new music in Warcraft, and I don't know how. I don't know. It's pretty cool, though. XlorD even researching Cannibalize. That's a cheap upgrade. And if you creep with ghouls alone, why not? And off we go, into the middle, onto the Lich. That would of course create more time for Armin if the Lich is away and he doesn't have to fear any Nova. Pretty sure it has to do with Re-Reforged? No. It didn't appear when I first played Re-Reforged. It appeared when I changed my menu background for Warcraft 3. I don't know. I really don't know.
A player's forces are under attack.
I didn't replace anything. No. But anyway, we're fighting over the Null Overseer. How is he supposed to do that? By the way, no TC, but rather the Shadowhunter. And with Hex, this is working out nicely. Secures the kill. Or did he? Shadowhunter kinda low. But hero focus seems to be too strong. XlorD has to retreat. This is a good adjustment by Armin compared to the first game on Last Refuge where DK and Lich were pressuring for literal minutes. But it's still troublesome because the Shadowhunter can't level. He has amazing items, of course, but the Ghoul Frenzy Destroyer push is coming. So, what? How can he hold this? Tier 3 is not done, Headhunters are not upgraded, Raiders don't have Ensnare yet, Armin has to dodge fights somehow. But if you dodge the fights, XlorD is just running into your main and kill you. This is pretty much exactly like the push against Night Elf, I think. Oh man, and that reeks like disaster. 1 Headhunter down, 2 Headhunters down, 3 Headhunters, 4 Headhunters down! Oh my god! And the TP of course as well. XlorD just demolishing the Dutch star player in Armin. That is a brilliant new asset to the German national team now, of course. Finally bring the strongest player, I think. Without a doubt, XlorD the strongest player. You can mention his motivation at times and the way he acts, but you cannot deny his skill. Bad spot, Helm of Valor. Not pushing into the base now. Gives Armin some time for the necessary upgrades and leaves the burrows alone. But there's an expansion now. That is of course a nice way to exploit the advantage you got from that fight in the mid game. Tremendous performance by XlorD. Doesn't feel too rusty at all. He's finally back from his real life work grind and bringing the heat. And here we go, onto the burrows again. This time no vamp aura, but still the frenzy upgrade is just amazing. Orcs have to find a new way against this. So far, they can't find the timing. And XlorD again with a level 2 Lich push. Did creep the red, but yeah. Hero focused galore, but we don't even have a TC online. Here he comes. Stomp absolutely necessary. Nice snack. He kills off the ghouls rather quickly now, but the damage is done. You want to rotate out of ghouls, I think, anyway. Oh, he pulls them back, saves them for later. There's not many solutions against this destroyer. He needs the headhunters for the hero focus, and then the Destros just reign supreme, annihilating wolves with a dispel. Good save by Armin, so he shows why he's the carry for Team Netherlands. And that was a beautiful, beautiful push that allowed XlorD to finish his expansion. Now wait for new acolytes. There we go. And he's gonna be Richie Rich very, very soon. 6 saves on the ghouls as well. Weren't finished off. Oh boy. One does not simply question the Lord. That is very true.
Players' forces are under attack.
Armin needs levels, man. 4, 2, 1. It is a low-level hero game, really. Not a second level 2 on XlorD's side yet. That was on purpose, of course. It's kind of cool that this matchup now, or XlorD's play, shifts away from the meta that we have in almost every other matchup, where level 2 on the second hero is a necessity. Oh my god, look at this decay. And the ghouls all feed from the creeps.
A town is under siege.
Yeah, that's hard. Armin calls for the GG as he sees the expansion, and just like that, it's a 3-point advantage for Team Germany, my friends. That was a very, very nice opener. If you're rooting for Team Germany, of course. But yeah, that was the strongest German player. That was the strongest Dutch player. Let's see how far this goes down the line. Incredible. So, our next game is the Wan game. So, Wan versus Sasuke. Not wasting any time, these guys, huh? Okay, is that the end for the Netherlands already? If their star player Armin can't score the points? Excellent seeding there, I guess, as well. Best player versus best player. Second best player versus second best player. And third best player versus the third best player, I think. Throughout the board. And then Germany should have the advantage in every single one-on-one. Really, really impressive. So now we'll see what Sasuke is able to do. So far, I think his performances were really, really good. He scored 2 points versus Pinke against Croatia, which is really strong. He also scored 2 points versus Vancor, the star player of Greece. And he also scored 3 points against Heyanor against Turkey. So Sasuke has not dropped a single map in this competition. And maybe it is Sasuke at the moment, the star player for the Dutch. Wan has recently lost the game versus Night Elf, as we keep on pointing out. It was against Trunks. So I wonder... I wonder if it really is Sasuke, the carry here, and if he can play like Trunks and take a map. Is it the real Sasuke? The Sasuke from back in the day, everybody. who is constantly spamming the lyrics of 99 red balloons, which is quite funny. Love getting some Warcraft 3 action in, watching the stream. Always love your casting. Thank you, Text. That is lovely. Juan is asking for 1 minute, and of course we gladly give that to him. Celebrating the nickname ikbencool. Yeah, man, love it. Good old NASA has tweeted, who is probably the leader of the German national team fan club, I would say. I will translate for you. Good lineup by Team Germany, but why can't the good players play in the one-on-one like Kevin? Also, that Drunken is not seeded as the representative of Eastern Germany is problematic. If we're not winning the World Championship, Sparta and Hax have to answer some questions. Love it. It seems like the international audience here on the stream is strongly rooting for the Netherlands. I wonder why. I mean, the Dutch, we love the Dutch, no? Like, Armin, such a sunshine. Sasuke also very beloved. ikbencool was making some friends at the LAN event for sure. Even though I heard he doesn't make big friends on ladder, but... So, Juan is here. And yeah. How's the performance of Juan thus far? He started versus Croatia, got a 2-0 versus Razaman with a CryptLord first. That was very impressive. Was also starting versus the Turkey, where he got a 2-0 over Hayanor. And against Greece, he was benched. So also undefeated, both players undefeated. In Sasuke and Juan, which is our next game here. Once again, the German should be considered the favorite, but especially like in clan wars and especially in nation wars, everything seems possible. Players rise to the occasion. Oh, I can probably name this a little better. Germany 3-0 Netherlands. Okay then, Juan. Will we see some of his infamous surrounds? I think Maskantje Junge. bringing the new day? No. New kids flavor. But yeah, good spirit between these two. There's no... Not like in football, you know, where the two teams basically hate each other since the 80s or even earlier. I think since we kicked their ass since 1974 and got the World Championship. The Dutch don't like us too much there in that sport, but here in Warcraft, we're all friends. So Sasuke, bottom left-hand side, as I said, without dropping a single map here in the Nations League. Very, very strong performance throughout the past weeks, but Juan... Let's see what he's capable of. We got a Demon Hunter. So Sasuke maybe taking a play from Trunks. One said to me yesterday, okay, you know, my Necromancer Frenzy strategy, that's quite nice. I wanted to please the cast and the audience, and it backfired a little bit, so you won't see that again from me. You gotta be careful that this is not hitting you. Juan, probably the only player in the world who plays Necros versus Night Elf. Sasuke, one of my favorite players back in the day. One of my favorite casters, actually. Sasuke was a very good caster. Hoop, Holland, hoop!
A player's forces are under attack.
Nice to see you guys cheer for the two countries. Demon Hunter's making his way across, not creeping much, just instant harass, but Juan scouted this already, knows what's up, got the DK with Aura first, so burning mana here doesn't actually do too much. Wisp can't find more than one skeleton, so it's probably not worth detonating here. It's nice to have a little backup. Starts mana burning. Pretty... Oh, a nice block with a pig. And Sasuke is causing quite some trouble already. Oh, the creeps get the kill. That's unfortunate. Sasuke has to creep at some point. He can't arrive in the mid game without level 3. But he's very aggressive, and that backfired for Trunks just a couple of weeks ago versus XlorD when his Demon Hunter was underleveled. The level 2 mana burn is the big strength. Black Rayman, thank you for the €1 donation. Here for you, so you can buy something at the bakery. That is lovely. I got a bakery right next to my door, and they have a wonderful tomato mozzarella thingy. So I will go for that. Thank you very much. Or a croissant. Another kill for Sasuke. Can he save that archer? Frostmourne hungers, of course. And the archers, they stick together. Nice team play by Sasuke's army, creating the distance. And yeah, Sasuke showing that he got some skills. Maybe when we're talking about the Netherlands, we should not only talk about ArminvB, but also about Sasuke here. Boot to speed. Now finally affordable. And he got level 2. Now it's nighttime. There is dust, so Sasuke gotta be ready. That tomato mozzarella costs 450. Dude, how do you know that? Are you my neighbor? Or did I tell that on stream and you remember this? Whatever, both is incredible. But yeah, it basically cost as much as a kebab, but they saw it better.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, the Hunter's Hold is very late. If he doesn't want to go for a rush tier 3 tech. One struggles to find level 2, so there is no need at the moment for this level 2 mana burn, as there is no coil. One, of course, notoriously famous for his surrounds and locks and micro. Finally showing that now as well. And is it Naga time? Yes, it's exactly Naga time. It's double Naga time. And whenever these two meet at the tavern, one of them dies. It's pretty gruesome how they are to each other. And that is number 1. You see it, 1. What a killer instinct he got. He needs nothing more than a DK, an aura, and 4 ghouls. One is famous for the Twisted Meadows clip was Thor's mostly. Ouch, dude. That is a blast from the past. And now Sasuke is in a little bit of trouble. That early mid game certainly belonged to the German. Took Sasuke off the map, created some space, allows creeping. New Rod of Necromancy tier 3, Slaughterhouse. No Temple of the Damned just yet. But yeah, this is the time where you need level 3. This is the time where you need level 3. Boots and Staff, I like the mobility, but yeah, the Huntress Hall delay plus the Gone TP hurts quite a bit. Once again, a very low XP game. Can Sasuke salvage this? First lore is up, Dryads are coming in for more control, Demon Hunter burning, but yeah, he's still missing that 1/3 of a level. And as I said, one waiting for tier 3, not playing the Necros anymore. No shenanigans here in Nations League. You can do that in Meisterschaft maybe, but not here. It's the Netherlands, but the abbreviation is still with a D, right? If I remember this correctly from football and stuff. Sasuke lost track. Only now finds him. Would love to burn the statues. And DK, of course. Is there a mana potion? Not yet available for one. So I don't think he's ready yet. He doesn't have any upgrades. No frenzy, no destroyers, no lich, no orb. So this is not one's final form, but same goes for Sasuke, who only has it at bears. No orb yet. And still, they're going for one of the big camps in the middle. Holland isn't a thing anymore? What? Isn't that part of the Netherlands? How is that not a thing anymore? It's like saying Bavaria isn't a thing anymore, no? Please educate me if I'm wrong. But that's what I learned in school. Learned about frikandel and some geography. Bavaria isn't a thing anymore. Nice kills by Sasuke. I think he's making this a little more troublesome for one than one originally thought. But of course, I guess they met. Did they meet? At Iron Couch, the Dutch, they like to come over to Cologne. But again, one of these amazing surrounds. But there's the staff.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's the Netherlands in English. In other languages, it's Holland. Not really. Like, Holland is a part of the Netherlands. The Dutch gave up on the name Holland, so how's it called now? Ah, it's only Netherlands. So it's like White Russia and Belarus, I think. Anyway, we got a big fight here. Book of the Dead by one. Oh my god, with the Scroll of the Beast on top, and there's no Wisp here to detonate against this one, realizing this mistake. Ooh, and that's tons and tons of damage. Staff might be on cooldown here. The bear goes down, was cut off from the rest of the army. Oh, it's not on cooldown, but the Nova is a little bit too fast.
A player's forces are under attack.
And one. This was a great, great, great fight for him. The Dutch government has decided to stop describing itself as Holland and will instead use only its real name, the Netherlands, as part of an attempted update on its global image. Why would the Netherlands update their global image? Aren't they universally loved? Is there anyone hating on the Dutch? That's weird. But hey, who am I to judge this? Hoop Poland hoop, we have cheese in red light districts. Ooh, DK in trouble. Staff is on cooldown here, can't get out, but the Sanctuary is ready once again. So Sasuke's trying to buy time for a 50-50 fight, waiting for the bear, waiting for the Wellspring upgrade. Naga has level 2. This is not over yet. He survived the big early tier 3 pushes by one. Dutch are cool, but have you met the Netherlanders? Oh, maybe some former colonies? Yeah, that might be right. That might be right. But I think they did a... Oh, well, okay. I'm not educated enough on Dutch colonialism, so maybe I shouldn't talk about it. But as an outsider, it felt like their integration of people from former colonies went way better than, for example, Mycon. Next fight. Demon Hunter is not level 4, still a bit squishy for my taste. Invo Potion committed, wants to stay in that fight. There's no redo below that, but he really, really wants this Magnetor, wants to go for the ham and cheese. No mana anymore. The mana burns by Sasuke are really good. Constantly one out of mana here. Has to work with what he got. First A-bomb with Disease Cloud coming in. And Destroy, of course. This is an army hard to break through, but the hero levels aren't overwhelming yet. We have another staff. 18 seconds here, 3 seconds here. Leads to another kill. Quite expensive.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is there a transition? There is an expansion coming up. If this works for Sasuke, one might be in trouble, but it's quite a long time. What of Cunning is the reward? More damage? Not bad. Wait, you don't call them Dutch anymore? What? You really call them Netherlanders? What? Let's see, level 4 on the DK makes things so much easier with the upgraded aura. DH about to die, and now without a town portal, this is problematic. Running away from a Naga is so hard. You do call us Dutch, though? It's racist to call people Dutch? What? I'm confused. But since Werthercat is the Orga for Team Netherlands, I think I'm allowed to refer to them as Dutch. Really? But I'm really confused now. How am I supposed to call you then? Okay, I really didn't know this. The flying Netherland person. The Netherlanders is the official term now. Thanks for teaching me, chat. Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
You're trolling me, aren't you? I'm pretty sure you're trolling me. Damn, didn't expect this game to go so long. Not really because of the strength of the players, but because this matchup usually revolves around the tier 3 timing. Here we go again, Sasuke with an early Invo Potion, super early Invo Potion. First, kind of nicely. The Fiends may be a little too far forward, but yeah, the front line, 65 supply, nuke again, Bear saved. Sasuke is putting on a hell of a fight. Always loses a bit, but if this expansion works, might be able to win the game. But little supply lead for one. Experience also looking good. Never got that level 4 Demon Hunter, which brings a lot of toughness to the mix with a second evasion. And that's a big push right now. Sasuke gotta survive this. But it's not looking that great. 2 destroyers up to Dispel Roar and Rejuve. Needs Wisps maybe. And reinforcements. Instant reinforcements. Trying to take care of the Destros, but the Naga just dead. As the staff was on cooldown, couldn't really do much about it, and now Wan tearing Sasuke apart. Finally got level 4, that's nice, but man, half of Sasuke's army was just disappearing within a minute. And there's no TP, and no staff, and probably no hope on this map. GG, well played, and Wan takes the 3rd map for Germany. So far, a very, very clean performance by the Germans. XlorD and Wan, both the star players, do the duty. Time to get Rotty on the call and ask. Rotty would probably don't care. Damn. Sasuke, good fight. Thank you, Name des Spiels and Wotan for the subs. Much love, guys. Netherlands needs to start a comeback. That's the last chance to qualify for the main event, at least directly, without the play-ins, where, for example, the UK is already. I guess nobody expected Netherlands with the greatest chance against Germany, but winning a couple of maps would be pretty great. But Netherlands finishing over Croatia is already quite good. Probably did not expect this, as vetoes are progressing. UK has Warcraft 3 players. He's one of the greatest in Hippo. The UK team is very, 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 very cool. They got Hippo, they got Rookie, Notrix, Qbird. Reva is playing for them as well. Dark is also wonderful, guys. So is Governor. So if there's a play-in stage, I'm definitely rooting for the UK. Definitely. As of course, we have a match Reno up. War 3 Nations League with exclamation mark W3NL. You are led to the crowdfunding here, $1,100 already. At $1,500, there will be another $500 added by Frenchie, who is contributing like crazy. We have, as I said, this is just the European qualifier, quote unquote. In the main event of this league, there will be, of course, all the winners from the qualifiers. Also represented Team China, Team France, Ukraine, South Korea, the US of A. Sweden is in. So that are the six teams that were invited due to recent performances. Is Sweden playing? Ah, just said it. Sweden was invited to the main event. So they will be playing once the qualifiers are over. When the real challenge begins. But yeah, looking grim for the Netherlands. Sasuke has to turn it around. I think ikbencool has only a very limited chance versus Spiral. The 2-2, I think everything is possible. And very unpredictable as well. Oh, D-Baser, thank you for the gifted sub. To Governor. That man 100% deserves it. As Sasuke is calling for a break. Wants to make sure that Sparta is in. Very nice. But, of course, observers can't really chat with the players. That could be abused. Hey, Neil, looking forward to GNL. Hells yeah, I will be playing GNL. I don't actually know when it starts, but I'm warming up. I climbed 50 MMR. Sorry, gotta make sure my boss is here, otherwise I get kicked. LOL! Yeah, Sparta, of course, picked up a lot of these good Netherlands or Dutch players. I don't know, can I say Dutch now or what?
The town is under siege.
With Armin and Sasuke especially. So one upper left hand side for Germany trying to score 0.5 and 6. Once again for a 2-0 you get awarded 3 points, and that would be half the job, as you can get 12 points in the clan war. That would mean ikbencool had to win 2-0 versus Spiral, and the 2-2 has to go with a 2-0 for the Netherlands as well. Oh, ikbencool is actually in chat. Nice. Nice. Good luck, mate. So Sasuke playing the Demon Hunter again, and I really like that choice, as one has shown some issues against that playstyle, but I think you have to level him to 3. And he didn't do that. I wonder if he can adjust now, map to map. And here on the other side, of course, DK Ghoul opening. There's, at the moment, no other way, really, to play against Night Elf. Is Netherlands better than Germany in Warcraft 3? That's what we're about to find out, mate. That's what we're about to find out. Thanks a lot, Neo, for casting W3NL. The admins are putting a lot of effort into the competition. I know, I felt a little bad for not casting it earlier. But, yeah, finally able. Shout out to Tinka and Frenchcraft for organizing this.
A player's forces are under attack.
Creeping quite nicely here. Second circlet, plus 4 stats on everything. And off we go. Good scouting there as well. One immediately splitting his skeletons to not give a good position for a detonate away. Ooh, careful. Can't get surrounded here. Can't lose the TP early. Close. And Sasuke again, very aggressive. Well, one decides to go for coil this time. So Demon Hunter can just run away from the DK. There's no aura. Makes this early game a little easier, I think. The DK, just a big melee hero without spells at the moment.
A player's forces are under attack.
And gripping simultaneously. Man, we haven't seen a single Fiend opening by Team Germany on 3 maps. How times are changing, huh? That's level 2 guaranteed now. Did he destroy the item? I think he did. Yes, he did. So the DK doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it, man. Got the last hit though. That was quite nice. But now we got the aura unlocked. And boots as well. Of course, not really stealing boots away. There are 2 charges now. Available in the shop at 1900. There we go. Boots and stuff again. But same situation as game 1. It is only a very, very low level Demon Hunter who not running into that surround. Would have been the staff, obviously. Nothing else.
Players' forces are under attack.
And that is level 2, finally. I think I remember when this tournament started, Armin said they don't have a big chance at all and they would probably get smashed, but they signed up to just, you know, support the tournament, represent the country. And damn, it's working well for them. I mean, not really today, but Sasuke got a close game off of one here in map 1 and definitely has the chance to win a map or 2. And maybe got a chance in the play-ins then. Hunter's Hall again so late. Can a Night Elf tell me, like I had this discussion with Neutron a lot, is this actually a late Hunter's Hall or is it part of the build because you invest so much into boots and stuff anyway that you can't really afford the lures that early? It feels like it's late. We got the Naga versus Panda. Puts pressure on the Demon Hunter, but with boots and staff, feels like a little bit of wasted time. For one, the max he can get here is a staff cooldown. There we go. So with that, lots of HP gone. And the staff's on cooldown for a long time, so that might be just space created. Are you implying you forgot the Hunter's Hall? You know, argument could be made, but I want to make sure. Just want to make sure. They scout by one. But also, nice evasion creeping. Problem is now he can't really roam around with the Demon Hunter as he's not fast enough and not fast enough, not high level enough, and cooldown of course. Would love to creep the Panda up. Elves say it's part of the build to hide and they forget it all the time. Yes, that's what I feel too.
A player's forces are under attack.
One stealing some stuff. But yeah, I would love to have the Demon Hunter roaming and creep with the Panda to 3, but that's not possible at the moment. Did you wake up the creeps to put pressure on the Ancient? Ah, next level. So one pushing. Without tier 3, without Frenzy, but there's no Staff of Sanctuary yet. Has to go for the TP to keep the Panda safe. Ooh, close. Sasuke's in a world of trouble. His Engine of War goes down. Just with the usage of a skeleton. Maybe that creeping was a little too aggressive. The Panda's not getting off the ground, really. I mean, we're lacking a level 2 coil as well as the Frenzy timing. Finally, we get Fiends. But one. Feels like he warmed up now. And he's controlling this game really, really well. That's the key. Don't let the Night Elf expand. Don't let the Night Elf get high level heroes. Dennis Lab is the best on the stream. Wow, that's quite an insult to my casting and my production. Thank you, I guess.
A player's forces are under attack.
Sasuke getting killed again, but there must be a way out. Like if there's a mana, yeah, exactly. If there's a mana potion called Nova, the Demon Hunter is gone, and with that, all the hopes for the Netherlands. T3 is almost finished. This is where Sasuke really gets strong, but same goes for one. Waiting for the frenzy upgrade, still kept a lot of ghouls intact.
A player's forces are under attack.
Rune Braces would have been so good for the Demon Hunter. Or the Panda. But not that useful for one, really. Sasuke, you need to creep. It's always double-edged sword, right? If you creep, your opponent creeps. At least most of the time. Especially with double level up. I feel you can brawl at level 3. Make your way up to 5 with fighting and big spots later. But level 3 is essential. Ente is missing, probably sleeping. LOL! I think Ente is in chat, actually. As the mascot of the team. Scary army for one. Frenzy, ready. Destroy upgrade, ready. Invoke potion, ready. Heal scroll. He got it all.
A player's forces are under attack.
Build a 50-50 army. At least level 2 mana burn. At least he got that. Here's the burn. Nice breath of fire. Can be countered, of course, with the heal scroll committed very early on. One bear. Oh, both bears go in adept form. One gets staffed, the other gets killed. The third one also adept form. Oh, that's not good. The master training. It did finish, but he's not using that. He wanted to use the rejuvenation, but it didn't work. Disaster for Sasuke. One is in full control. While game 1 was pretty competitive, this is exactly the time that I was talking about in map 1. Where Undead has just such a power spike with this very push. Three heroes, another big item, and yeah, Sasuke shows a little desperation here, or at least taking a big risk with the red spot. One could creep up the entire north if he wants to, or just go for the throat. Healing ward's pretty nice, level 3 panda, he got it now. But Wan seemingly knows what's up. Did he scout this? Or did he just assume this is happening again? Ooh, close. The adept bears. The healer bears.
A player's forces are under attack.
Let the games begin. No transition by one. Oh, look at this lich. Very, very comfortable. Double claw and circlet. Good damage. Lightning shield used, not bad. We don't have burrow to get rid of it. And very limited dispel. You need to dispel so much. Drunken Haze, Reju, Roar. Matter stealing used! Nuke! Oh no! Sasuke losing the second tier as his staff was again on cooldown. While identifying this really, really nicely. And yeah, that's almost 2-minute panda benched. And one cruising towards the second 2-0. Yep, rip. Ay, ay, ay. Poor Sasuke. The two Undeads of Mouseboards play this very nicely. And probably will get the 6-0 for Germany, which is already a draw. Which would mean that Germany is advancing to the playoffs. Well, that would be an ace match there. One more map should be guaranteed, I guess. Netherlands need a big comeback. Actually, decent fight for Sasuke for what he got. For fighting without a panda. Got the level 4 now, is killing quite some stuff. One's control. Pretty good though. Trying to hero focus. But there's the TP. There's a big invul. Ay. Finally got level 3. And then get snooped. Decent deny. Level 3 as well. Desperation expansion on the right hand side for Sasuke, who also has 1,000 gold. But one shop control, just impeccable this series. Very bad manners from Sasuke? No, not at all. They know each other. It's all good. If this expo works and he gets some time, why not? Why not stay in this game? I could totally see that. Another fight with a panda. Rebuilding. Maybe get to the shop. This is important, guys. You don't want to throw it away. Don't want to throw the game away. If you still see even a 2% chance. One Hail Mary, one miscontrol by one. And everything is up for grabs again. But is it really, if you look at this lich, triple claw and mantle. This one's a beast. Big mana potion for the panda. An item that can always turn games around. But that Lich alone, dude, is such a huge damage dealer. Catching a fiend in transit. Bye-bye. And all of a sudden, supply even, expo up. Hero levels, of course, clearly in favor of Van. But if you give Sasuke a little bit of time, there seems to be a counter expansion coming. And off we go. Once again abominations, once again disease cloud, lots of damage over time. But one, he knows. He knows about this expo. And he got some ghouls. Sasuke got a hold. He got no reinforced defenses. He's at 68 all of a sudden, spending all his gold. Last chance. So much damage already, but no mana on Wan's heroes. Here comes the panda. Gotta bring the heat. Ghouls taken out. Lots of damage also on these abominations. He wants to fight through the front line before going into the back line. Good reju applied. Does kill the first A-bomb, but can't get rid of all the disease cloud yet because there is a second one. Juan gotta kite that statue. Little out of position. Big breath of fire, drunken hazes. Good mischance. Good damage. Everything kind of low. And here we go. Another breath of fire can be used. This is another fiend down. This is another A-bomb down. Oh no, the hermit crab is blocking the fiend. And all of a sudden, Juan botching this fight. Big win for Sasuke. He was down, what, 20 supply or something? With a big bang. Juan gave him the time to rebuild. Got that expo up, held that expo. And now level closing in on 5 and 4. And level 3 Demon Hunter is quite brutal. There's an invo potion, wants to trigger this. Close! Ooh, town portal. Was a little bit of a panic move there. I wanted to keep the invo potion for later. Is the staff ready? Yes, should get the Demon Hunter back. He does. Create some space with the Dryads. Man, Sasuke, what a comeback! He gotta scout that bottom expansion. And feed off his own. Ancient of Wind coming. There's no web, so hippos and fairies can do great. Fairies against the heroes.
Players' forces are
Frost arrow. And of course statues. Got the first meat wagon, which can be really good if you protect them. But yeah, during that fight, Wam was also investing into this haunted gold mine. And this needs to be scouted. Absolutely needs to be scouted. So one's getting some mana. That will be the big difference maker compared to the previous fight. Invo potion is on the Demon Hunter. Like 100-second cooldown now. And if Sasuke goes to the bottom left now, to the 8 o'clock position, that's horrible. One can't TP, right? There's no Necro. It's in the works, but he also doesn't have a TP. That's a cancel right here. While one is getting a rat spot, that Lich is plus 35, dude. Cloak of Flame's not the greatest, but that is a huge army for Sasuke with 2-1 upgrades as well, and he sells it. 2 base versus 1 base. High upkeep even now. Could probably fix this, especially with the Shredder here. One needs an excellent fight. Main bases 1300. Don't get me wrong, the Lich can almost carried this on his own. Sasuke fixed the supply. Alright. Is one ready for a brawl? I wouldn't say so. Got a heal scroll. No mana potion though. Ancient Protector, interestingly. Where did he make this Engine of Wind now? Hippos? Web is coming. And another Expo is coming as well for one. He didn't queue it yet. He doesn't have the resource for it. But okay. Spread the disease. Push forward slowly but steady. Try to dodge the mana burns, but it's so hard to do. Third attack upgrade coming. Nature Specialist coming. Mana potion coming. Sasuke clawing his way back into the series. I almost counted the Netherlands out. I shouldn't do that. Next push. Nature's Blessing not ready yet. Could get into a good position. Statues far in the back. Wagon far in the back. A-bomb in front. Still no haunted gold mine!
Players' forces are under attack.
He has all the... Oh, there's only 2 ghouls here. His lumber is constantly low. That meat wagon will be chased down. For now, at least. He wants this meat wagon gone. Oh, no weapon. Now he gets it. The destroyer is safe, but yeah. Demon Hunter surrounded all of a sudden. Panda, where's the healing? No, Sasuke, not like this. The panda wasn't around. He wasn't home for whatever reason. There's a lot of money on Sasuke's side, though, so I think he can get him back from the tavern, but that is, of course, a way back for one into this series with an excellent execution now. Without the Demon Hunter, there's no mana burns, and that means there's coil, there's no, but there's fork lightning. Here's the Demon Hunter back, finally. And that... Oh, the coil misses! And that's a double kill, almost, as there is a heal scroll that saves him for now. But also level 5 DK, level 5 Demon Hunter. And Sasuke is the one with the Expo up. And probably soon 2 Expos up. Now the Haunted Gold Mine, that's so late. Stepping home now. Nuke isn't enough. You gotta get ready for the push, Sasuke. There is Nature's Blessing now. Do we have Nova? Yes, we do. Almost 2, actually. And the damage is spreading. No heal scroll anymore for Sasuke.
A player's forces are under attack.
Banger of a game! 2 attack upgrades on one of the fiends, at least. 3-2. Plus the expansion moving over. Shredder to help cripping this. Ooh, and I get the meat wagon. It's such an important unit for damage. Level 5 Naga. Level 3 Frost Arrow, as he doesn't see a chance to get the mana for Fork Lightning. Sasuke, do you have gold for a heal scroll? Close. Very close.
A player's forces are under attack.
But Juan is not allowing a heal scroll here, which is crucial. Look at the damage the disease cloud is making. And slowly but steady, Juan is getting back into this game. He could never break that Expo, but he got his own Expo up. Plus, he got a good idea that there's Tree of Eternity is here. It's all, of course, possible for an underdog to get ahead in the series, but finishing the game is sometimes something else. You don't want to overcommit, you're a little bit in a weird position, hesitating. Do I overstep if I push and try to finish this? Should I play defensive and just expand on my advantage? Tough decisions to make. That sea turtle is helping quite a bit here though. Ooh, the tree down to 50%. Sasuke wants to have the income advantage, want to keep the income advantage for a long time. Always a base ahead. Panda being nuked immediately. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Where's the Demon Hunter? Not again! Not again! The positioning of Sasuke not in range to keep the Panda alive. And it's two big hero losses that might cost him the game. And eventually the series to the Netherlands. Info potion, 7 seconds. Demon Hunter solo XP, of course, now. He's so far away from level 6. One, kiting back. But that Panda kill. Oh, it's costing so much again. Panda's back, but no mana. That hurts. He will think about these two moments in the game for quite a while. Oh, and he continues to feed the bears. Lich must be close. Yeah, close to 5 as well. And it feels like Juan is finishing this game now. After botching the first fight at the right-hand side without mana. Here we saw the strength of Coil and Nova and Fork Lightning. You gotta be... Oh, he's not finishing this. Maybe the turtle is finishing this as there is no repair. Okay, but the Panda's back. This time, close to the Demon Hunter ally. Steps on cooldown though. Oh, nuke on the Demon. Is this... Oh, step. Okay, now ready. Panda got to fight on his own. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire follow-up, and Juan is losing lots of HP. Anti-magic, but oh my god, that's like 20 supply about to die. Needs a little bit of healing on the Lich, and they can fight this solo.
Players' forces are under attack.
Tree didn't fall, but the next bear does. Mass repair, he finally took care of the turtle. Spawn more units. Sasuke down to 57. He was at 80 for the longest time. The AP finally made his way over. Finally get some use of that. Oh, 2 more bears down. That's level 5 Lich. This damage is absurd. 77 max damage. This is a double damage Lich on the mineral. How long is he mining here? 4,200. But of course, if you lose the Tree of Eternity, no more potions. I guess Sasuke getting quite a lot of respect here. Finishing off Germany's second best undead. And now that's of course the problem. Tree of Eternity left-hand side, Moonwell's right-hand side. How do you connect? He's getting slowed. Moonwell is so close. He could see it. He could smell it. He could almost lick it, but it was too far away. And it's well played by Sasuke, who almost turned this around after the first fight on the right-hand side. But it's 2-0 for Juan. And that means 6-0 for Team Germany, who need just one more point to win the entire thing. But man, Sasuke made this closer than many people thought, I guess. But Juan is pretty damn good, if we're honest. Whew, rough series for the Netherlands now, as they need to win everything now. ikbencool needs a 2-0 versus Spiral, and they need to win the 2-2 as well. We throw you guys into a tiny little break. Respect to Sasuke, but Juan closes this out, getting important points for Germany. See you after a tiny little break with the next match. Is it the 2-2 or is it the 1-1? It is the 2-2. So see you in a bit. To the 2-2, where we have whoopsie and outdated information. There we go. Okay. Let me adjust the colors real quick. There we go. 2-2 action for Team Netherlands. We got Sasuke at the bottom 6 o'clock position here on Lost Temple. And his ally, Armin. Nobody's off racing. So we got a Night Elf Orc versus Night Elf Orc. As we have for Germany, Scars and Kevin. Holy smokes, this alert is not updated yet to our new designs. Wait a second. Thank you, Jannis Haare, for gifting a sub to celebrate. Let me run this again. Let me run this again. Run it again. Huh. It doesn't show all of a sudden. Whatever. Let's have some 2 interaction. We have a Blade Master opening, and look at this. Cheeky Sasuke. What the hell is this game? So we got a Demon Hunter Blade Master opening by Kevin and Scars, who are usually known for playing Keeper and Farseer. In bad manner. What? What did he say? Ah. Nothing. SMD? Really, Armin? Look at fun, guys. There we go. On the opposite side, we have a Demon Hunter as well as a Farseer Headhunter, so a little bit of a difference. Aggressive Engine of War. Good old South Park meme. So this will probably disrupt creeping of Kevin right off the bat. As you have to deal with his Ancient. Thank you, Sonic, for the 250 bits. Yes, this looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. Dang, we got some frequent content drops since I've checked. Nice! Yes, sir. More Clan Wars coming. W3IL also going into the playoffs. Nations League is basically just starting with the main event soon, as this is so far just the qualifier. So Demon Hunter battle here. Sasuke is still putting up pressure. Armin is joining him. On the other side we have Scars with a shop in the middle. Not helping out just yet. Just cleaning the temple. Trusting in the defense abilities of Kevin. Demon Hunter archers, man. Copilot, thank you for the gifted sub. Oh man, Sasuke in trouble, but the wolves help out. But if the Blade Master appears in Windwalk, he's just dead. And the Ancient of War is attacking the Tree of Life. Oh, I love this. Quite hard to deal with this, as this is fortified armor against piercing. This will take a while. Armin is scouting the middle.
The town is under siege.
Scars not able to help, just continuing to clean the middle, but this will also go for Armin and Sasuke. Is there attack? Yes, there is. So no tier 1 push. Ooh, Sasuke, the creeps pulled 2 caps together. That's not great. As we have attack here as well. Ooh, creeps seem very, very powerful. The blade! He's right there! Oh, Windwalk! Oh no, Sasuke! This is so dangerous! Oh, that was a little ambitious. Creeps get the last hit. Scars disrupting the creeping. And Kevin cleaning up his main base. Oh, this is looking excellent for Team Germany. Not feeling the biggest pressure. Reacting to it really well. Blade Master's coming in for the steal in the north. Oh, stole it! Item goes to Armin. Well of Mana stealing, not bad, but also not great, really. Blade Master's around. The Netherlands know this now. Go for the demon! Oh no, there must be a TP! With a crit, he would be dead, but once again, Sasuke salvaging this. Good team effort with the hunts and the headhunters blocking that blade. There's no mana currently. Gotta be careful. But Kevin now cleans the expo, got the Demon Hunter level 2 as well. Fight for the second null. Big item still left here. Mana Stone, for example. No expansions at all, eh? Kevin with the tech done. Armin with the tech done. Sasuke with the tech done. How about Scars? Also going Raider Walker, old school. But yeah, what's oftentimes the case, like who gets the middle wins the game. But here, kind of shared. Mana Stone it is. Wonderful. Oh, Blade, careful, Armin. There's almost no control in the German army. 4 wisps in mine? No, it's just a bug. Double engine of lore. This is Raider, Walker, Dryads. And on the other side, tier 3 by Armin. Leads to tech, of course. Naga second by Sasuke. Not the greatest late game hero, I think.
A town is under siege.
But adds some control for sure. Speaking of control, I think Team Germany reacted to everything quite nicely for the first time. They are the ones to push. And yeah, these fragile burrows without the cement upgrade. They're just falling in seconds against this. Reminds me of the time I played Warcraft 3. You should get back to it, man! Exclamation mark, get started! Leads you to a wonderful guide by Wantu with all the information you need about Warcraft 3 in 2022. The push just continues. Armin in trouble. Oh, Hex, you can't go for the town portal! Speed scroll! The fastest red in the world! Oh no, the stomp hits only the Demon Hunter, but other Blade Master Scars with a 7 HP TP. Quite a few losses. Kevin cleans up the burrows and Armin heavily supply blocked on 30 out of 21. In the meantime, Sasuke wasn't really helping, right? Just putting in more damage. He cancelled both lures. That's quite epic. But has to TP out now. After killing a couple of units. Damn. Armin and Kevin, the two community heroes, suffering a lot in this game. Scars goes through with his Raider Walker play. On the other side, Sasuke got the lures up on the way to tier 3. Almost done with the tier 3. So Armin in shambles. Kevin in shambles. Everything else looks quite nice. No expansion for Kevin, just an engine of war. Everybody's cleaning up their naturals to make sure they might be able to expand. Oh, Ancient Django. Nice find for Scars. The youngest German player, Scars. I think it's 23. Part of the Playing Ducks, of course. And Sasuke and Armin go for a combined push. He is supply block, but he can of course go for upgrades, which he's absolutely doing. Cement upgrade plus Berserker upgrade plus Farseer only now back. Of course, he couldn't get his hero back because he was supply blocked. Dearly missed in this upcoming push, but it feels like Team Netherlands, they want to end this now, going to the Night Elf base where there is an AP. The lures are up, but Kevin is still on tier 2. Not even that rich. And he pushes this base again. Armin, will you pull back or will you brute force this attack? Looks like they're base trading. Taking out Kevin, taking out Armin. Just go for the just going for the main. Guess there's no TP on the Netherlands, not at all, right? I mean the Farseer got it. No Bloodlust here, no Purge. As the Spirit Lodge was destroyed. The fortress, this does take some time, but Kevin's base, they just give it up for, I don't want to say for free, and that is not true. But they're trading bases and it takes a lot longer to just kill up the fortress. Oh, is Scars allowed to play for Germany? Isn't he Spanish? Living in Germany, basically grew up in Germany, just Spanish parents. Armin is losing a ton. Armin is almost losing everything. We have TPs for Team Germany. Kevin got one. Scars got one. This might lead to one final battle. Oh, Kevin saved the Wisp. Not bad. Tier 3 and towers, as he knows the push is coming. Sasuke, the only mining Dutchman. Same goes for Scars on the other side for Germany. One tower down, not the second one though. Kevin on the way to get scrolls. And another combat item in the health stone. But that's the push. That is probably the decision. Oh, Kodo killed immediately. That gets rid of the aura for now. The 3 Naga not bad. Roar used, Book of the Dead used. And the Night Elf is up front. Whoops, not the grunts. And off we go. The big battle for map number 1. TC, of course, there's no silence, no control. That stomp was massive. And Kevin doesn't have much left, it looks like. The Netherlands, oh, I'm so close on the Farseer. Could have been dead. The hero's Blade Master chasing. Demon Hunter for Kevin, also in trouble. Has to go for the Health Stone right away. Berserkers with the Scroll of the Beast, it's +6 damage, or with Roar rather. Archers for Kevin, very, very fragile. Could be killed any second by the Naga, exactly. Scars down to 38 supply. But oh my god, what was that damage? That was insane! He just melted away. And that might be the first victory for the Netherlands as they take this one. The base trade, probably the better option for them. Nicely done. Scars and Kevin, a little bit overwhelmed here. And the Netherlands starting a comeback maybe. That base trade felt a little advised. The town portals also not perfect, stuck in the base. Okay. The Netherlands are not going down without a fight, that's for sure. Both 2-2 teams undefeated. Lost Templars Taverns now? Yes. That was updated quite a while ago. So 6-1. Still, Netherlands need a lot. Gotta puke, thank you for the sub! As we go for the pick and ban now. So we go into map number 2. It's a 1-0 for the Netherlands, and they might be able to close this out and give Germany their first defeat in the 2-2s. We are on Lost Temple on map number 1. The Dutchies got a nice little interesting approach by planting an Engine of War on the base, and Sasuke's just doing it again. Sasuke's just doing it again. Thank you, Jeff2Theo, for the Prime sub. Much love. Thanks for still pushing Warcraft 3 forever and ever. Bottom first by Kevin now. Quite a switch up as Scars is going for Farseer, so a very, very different strategy on a very, very different map. Demon Hunter is still the choice by Sasuke, and Armin stays with the Farseer. So I guess this map, as it is a lot smaller, will be a big push, maybe at tier 2. That's a little bit more damage early. Autumn is coming out. Oh wow. Comes into this world, immediately gets slapped by a tree. That hurts. So, Scars creeping. This will be, of course, both units of Kevin and Scars. will benefit from the Potom Aura. It's a very good pick. Sasuke's trying to buy some time. And yeah, they see the Potom, or they saw the Potom early. They must know. Wow. Scars joining in this. Armin joining in this. We got a brawl right off the bat. And again going into Kevin's space. Not Scar's space. Interesting. Despite the moonwells. Sasuke, that Wisp is safe. Causing trouble with wolves here. Scar's is going for one grunt into headhunters. Lots of medium armor camps here if you get the time to creep. Shop in the middle already.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oopsie. Archer, what are you doing there?
Town is under siege.
They try to support this engine of war to slow Kevin and Scars down. Team Germany down, but there is attack. Kevin builds the Hunter's Hall and the second engine of war. Proxy in Scar's base. How freaking cool is that? Armin and Sasuke will not know that this is mass hunts and probably a tier 2 push. But they find the shop in the middle that slows them down as well. Thank you RingleNet for the 413 sub.
A player's forces are under attack.
They didn't scout this, did they? Kevin is not teching, just math. That is such a cool play by Team Germany. Very aggressive Dutchman here. And what's the response? Hunter's Hall by Sasuke should be perfect. Not forgetting about that now.
A player's forces are under attack.
And this is the calm before the storm, I guess. Kevin will go up to 50. It's a little bit of time still left for Armin and Sasuke to identify what's coming. And then tier 2 push. Wonder what the second hero for Scars is. Should be a Terran hero. Beastmaster maybe.
Player's forces are under
Double level up. Finally Aura. Everything benefits, what benefits from this? One ward, but it's usually the attack path is through the middle on Turtle Rock, not really via lanes, especially in 2 and 2. Too narrow of a position, pretty much everywhere. Time for level 3 on both sides. Heal scrolls, maybe protection scrolls if you have the gold. Does he have the gold? Oh, still at 38 supply only, but yeah, one heal scroll should do it. And tier 2 is done. Going for the TC. And using the nighttime for this AP. They want to attack Armin, who's tacking to tier 3. Will he have the time before the push arrives? Sweet little chain lightning steal. Whoopsie. Ready point. But yeah, he's a push. With wisps and a big army. Panda is not online yet. Got the Scroll of the Beast, which will be a big help if you can dodge the detonates. TC is coming with a couple of items. With a couple of items? With no items? Okay. Hunters for free didn't fix the rally point, unfortunately. Kevin did. But here is the push. AP number 1 up. AP number 2 coming. Quick to level 3. It's not solo experience, I guess. Ah, it's the Farseer level 3. And the bottom getting real close. This looks very, very overwhelming. Are both taking to tier 3? Yes, they are. A mass tier 2 push, and they did not see the second Engine of War, I think. They got a wrong read on the game. And with one more win, Germany would 100% win the clan war. And with that, 100% proceed into the main event. The Spirit Lords again down. How much can the Scroll of the Beast do? It's a big range army. The Panda is a little underwhelming. The TC can't really connect. Oh, this is not good. And these APs are growing and growing and growing. Another kill. Nice little sniper bottom. Creating some space here while growing more trees in the back to put pressure. This time Armin went for the burrow upgrades. He's trying so desperately to get the demo out. Tier 3 has arrived. Maybe the tier 3 upgrades can do it. But it's looking grim. Very, very grim. For Team Netherlands. Tier 3 gotta carry them. Wolf's gotta carry them. Bears, all that tier 3 upgrade gotta carry them. But Armin is not going for the tier 3 upgrade and cannot produce units anymore. This base is in shambles. And this time, it's not a base trade at all. If Germany wins the map, this will also mean we are not getting an ace match, which we would get with a 6-6, then there needs to be a winner. Oh my god. That was a nicely executed timing push by Germany. Good fight by the Netherlands. Like they're putting out a decent fight. Still mining. Maybe Armin is feeding Sasuke at this point. How do you break through the APs? Armin is losing more units in the back. The demo is not protected at all. There's Master Bears now. Finally level 2, but more wisps, more repair, more pressure on the base. Sasuke, where are you at? 44 supply only. Oh, would they love to have a heal scroll. At least they got rejuve. And they saved the demo for a while. Look at these heat-seeking missiles. Nice curve at the boulders. Are they retreating? They are. Or waiting for some reinforcements. Maybe dropping back a bit to get a scroll and then push again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Demo gone. Trying to rebuild the barracks. And okay, with tier 3 upgrades and orbs, they are willing to fight this, at least for now. There's a heal scroll. First one was used already. Kodo goes down. Freeze a bear. Another bear's in the backline, but the second Kodo gets the second Devour off. Shockwave, lol. By Scars. And that Panda is supposed to be the late game carry. Ooh, rejuve.
Players' forces are under attack.
The Netherlands are alive for now. That's a TP though. Armin has almost nothing left. 25 supply. And the push continues. The never-ending push continues. God damn it, finally tap out. But no. Armin and Sasuke. Very, very resilient. But the Germans, they're expanding on their advantage. Tear down the fortress. Build another base. And all the repair in the world against Huntress doesn't do anything. Revenge by Kevin. And Scars for that nasty push on Lost Temple on Turtle Rock. They had a clear game plan. Netherlands had a wrong read, and so they weren't ready for the mass AP, Engine of War and AP push. Didn't scout the second Engine of War, didn't scout the first AP. That was real greedy. TC falls for Armin. It was real greedy to go for a double tier 3 tech on a small push favorite map like Turtle Rock. And I don't see the tier 3 advantage against one base versus 3 bases. That seems a tad too much. I also like the little retreat by Germany to go for the heal scrolls. That was very impressive. Music is epic, not gonna lie. Glad you like it, because I don't know how to remove it. Kodos both have eaten the bear, so whatever Sasuke is producing, the Kodos just snack it. Creature is good. Panda out of the fight. He just goes for the next round, even without Entangle. You're not getting out of here. GG. Germany gets a point in the 2-2s, and with that wins the clan war. Got the 7th point. This is exactly what you need. Goes out of the group stage of the qualifier undefeated. But of course, we're gonna get one more 2-2 here before we go into the last 1-on-1, which is then Spiral versus ikbencool. Oh man, I miss 2-2. I love 2-2. It's cool that the Netherlands got a point. Deutschland, yes, undefeated through the group stage. With that lineup, that was to be expected, I guess. Little slip up against Greece, but when it counts and when they have their lineup together, then it's looking real good. This German team. Deutschland, GG, go for Germany. Yes, we will play all games, of course, even though the decision has been made. Germany through first place in Group A. And next week we're going to have some tiebreakers to determine all the teams, where maybe the Netherlands will play against the UK. People are ready. Our next map is Hillsbred Creek. Nice 2-2 map in my opinion. And we continue our journey into the 2-2, the deciding 2-2. Will Netherlands steal a series off of the Germans? Or will it be another victory in this best of 3? Huh? Observer? There you go. Okay, Hillsbred Creek. One team is starting on the Green Meadows. Damn! Tinker! 20 euro donation. Love them 2-2s. As I said, Tinker, you're with us for such a long time. Probably, you're watching for 8 or 9 years or something. And this Nation League, man, brings a lot of joy to the community. So I should be the one donating, I guess. We all can. On Match Reno, W3NL is the command. Go, contribute. We have another Engine of War. It feels like Kevin got used to that by now. It will slow Kevin down again, as he has to uproot probably once more. As his Engine of War is in the base, the archers will spawn a lot quicker, will spawn a lot faster here, and then he can do some damage to the Engine of War. It shouldn't be too bad. Scars again, going fast here. Headhunter, that seemed good. And on the other side, Sasuke, Demon Hunter. What's up with the Spartans, Night Elves, that they don't play Keeper? Or is it just meta in 2-2 to not play Keeper anymore? I think it can be pretty good. But yeah, Hillsbred. I like it. Very aesthetically pleasing map. Eats the tree, gets some rejuve, and couldn't get the archer shot out during the Ancient of War build. So that is good damage here. But Kevin got the keeper. Off we go.
Players'
Nicely.
forces are under attack.
Able to deal with this with Treants now. Very efficient. Entangles, of course, always good. But here's the push. Man, these duchies, they are super aggressive. Every single game. Just rush into Kevin's base. Every single time. Maybe they can do the necessary damage to cover for the tech. So with the Demon Hunter, he was able to clean this up. Now there's no mana on the Keeper anymore. Scar sends the wolves over to help, but Engine of War is gone, and that signals the retreat for Team Netherlands. Sasuke, Tier 1, and Archers. Wonder, did Kevin send some units over somewhere? Yes, Engine of War again. Plus a Hunter Soul in the back, so it's once more the Tier 2 push. And now the Netherlands gotta scout it and react properly. Maybe not too Tier 3 techs, maybe not too greedy. Tech is progressing, 50%. Kevin stays at Tier 1, of course, starting to mass. Sasuke, very late tech. But therefore Armin is also pretty on par with Scars. $4 a buck? Just a buck. Sometimes happens to Kevin a lot. Don't know why. Demon Hunter has the chance to steal this one. There's no Chain Lightning. Could mana burn the Yoga Magi. As Armin is coming in again. Oh, couldn't go for the steal. That's unfortunate. It is level 2 for Scars and for the Keeper. So Entangle unlocked as I don't see an aura. But man, Scars and Kevin both very hurt. 1 Chain Lightning, 2 kills. And that's an instant TP out. They are still charging up for that big push, but the Netherlands making the best out of the situation, I think. Hunter Soul late again. And Armin. Is it a Tier 3 tech again? He has the resources. Not yet though. TC second. Scars Lodge. Kevin just keeps on massing. Man, that Engine of War in the opponent's base, I love it. Really tricky to scout this.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Panda second again. Needs to level a bit more. Very similar game rhythm compared to map 2 on Top Rock. So we can expect another push by Team Germany to finish this game. But this time, Armin is not investing into tech. He's going into Headhunters and also Spirit Lodge. Sasuke is the one teching. And Scars. So it's not the same. Hunter Soul is never late, it arrives precisely when it needs to. This time, push by Team Netherlands at the mid-game stage. Kevin is stuck at 40, losing Moonwells. But off we go with Mercs into the bases. Armin adjusting once again with that tier 2 cement upgrade. I keep on forgetting the real name. Reinforced defenses upgrade. And it's losing production as well. Are they sacrificing Kevin's base here? Looking similar to game 1. Armin's base sacrificed. Headhunter's falling though for scars. Shouldn't really happen. But Kevin's base is completely wrecked. So once again, we'll end up in a one base situation in the 2s. Detonates a lot. Did he save a wisp this time? I'm not sure. Oh, he did. With the Tree of Life next to Armin's base. The demo that he was trying to build immediately wrecked. Who will win this base race now?
A player's forces are
Kevin got a couple of units left. Wolf Scouts if there's an expansion. There's not. More scouts. Oh, it's true. Walk into somewhere. I'm not too sure. Okay, Germany has to respond soon. Kevin has no production anymore. Just trying to expand here right next to Armin's former main base, I think we have to say by now. They have to react to the push. Scars can't lose the base. So much piercing damage. Good reaction by Scars to start the repair early. And they will arrive shortly.
A player's forces are under attack.
So the Netherlands pull back. Don't want to fight this. Kevin has no TP. Scars neither. Very rare to see that in a 2-2. Beast scroll, protection scroll, town portal, speed scroll. Pretty good inventory.
A player's forces are under attack.
Probably can't break this with a shop here, with reinforcements here. But finally we're getting to Bloodlust, and this is scary for the Netherlands. As Kevin's expo is up, he can then feed Scars into a high supply army. Levels are looking decent. The Panda can still carry, but he's only level 1. Same goes for the TC. Rara indeed. Rara's in the chat.
A player's forces are under attack.
Will of course be very, very nice for Team Netherlands to score some points here and just get a moral victory in the 2s after 2-time 2-0 against XlorD and 1. Level 3 and double level 2. Ancient Django, of course, a little unthankful. Nice voice acting. Thank you.
Forces are under attack.
One day, my voice will reenact all the sounds, and you can get that as a DLC or something.
The town is under siege.
A little bit of a creepy fiesta. I haven't seen the outskirts of Hillspread Creek actually, so nice to get a little tour. Scourge Bone Champs, of course, are useless. Oop. Forces Team Netherlands into a town portal as Scars with Stomp and Hex. Was it Heal Wave? Not sure. And now actually 5 out of 4, but he's not supply blocked. Here's the 5th wisp. I think he thought about it and didn't forget about it. It was just that he was supply blocked for a bit. I had no gold. There's a big fight brewing. Tier 3 by Sasuke. I wouldn't actually hate it to see mountain giants. Armin has no lightning shield, just purge on the shaman. Can't produce anything anymore. So Netherlands are feeding their night elf, Germany are feeding their orc. Nobody really wants to commit this far. 2 hours, 15 minutes into the clan war. Germany already won 7 points, but will they get a clean victory or will they lose a series? Wisp got killed by Sasuke, and here is more creeping, more items, more grinding.
Players' forces are under attack.
Oh, what are the red spots? Oh, okay. Just a granite. Nice overlay. That's actually available for free. It's called War3 Observer. Don't really know where I got it from. Gotta Google it, I think. It's not our work. It's someone from the community did it. Alright, we got a couple of heal scrolls. Is that the final fight? Bloodlusted Berserkers versus normal Headhunters TC with Lightning Shield. Okay. Should be dispelled. Should be dispelled. We got a Cloak of Flames here. That's of course epic. Germany, big favorite in the fight here. But let's see if the Netherlands can stop them somehow. They got more income, they got bigger armies. Sasuke's archers getting wrecked with a nice heal scroll actually. The storms hit well, the fight is all over the place. Kevin was able to get a couple of mercenaries actually. Scars has no mana anymore. Panda still has a breath of fire. And man, what a bloody brawl this is. Chaos everywhere. Scars wants blood, he smells blood in the water. No TP, Staff was on cooldown. He really wants this Demon Hunter, he wants the first hero. And it looks like Scars will execute this. TC trying to rescue his buddy. Doesn't work though, could have maybe passed Staff, but not like this. Level 3 TC, okay, will that turn the tides? I doubt it. Bears disappearing rather quickly. And it's only Sasuke stemming against the defeat. Armin tries his best with the TP, TC. TP. It's on level 4. Yeah, they lost way too much in this fight. Armin down to 14 supplies. Sasuke 41. Not too bad. But yeah, Scars is the big carry. He was fat.
A player's forces are under attack.
And this tier 3 orc army is just super powerful. They're constantly fighting. 2 base, 1 base. The Netherlands just can't catch up. Lightning orb on the keeper. Ois.
A player's forces are under attack.
Armin was never able to expand. Sasuke was never able to expand. Good scouting though, constantly with Wolf, but this is the death push. Level 5, level 4, level 3. Super high levels on Germany. Will probably take this one as the moon worlds are very, very empty. The Panda level made it to level 3. And there's, oh my god, that hero focus was quite crazy, is quite crazy. Anti-magic commits it now. Sasuke, good luck! As the Demon Hunter will not come back from the altar. Oh, that hurts. TC stomps on the bear. And that is fodder for these bloodlusted headhunters. The damage is insane, as you can see. with the entangle. No way to do anything against it. The Netherlands got close, but once Team Germany switched up their style, GG, well played. Once they switched up the style, it was 2 very good pushes. First map base trade, the Netherlands did a little better, but then a couple of adjustments on Team Germany, and that led to success, who are now 8-1. And of course, qualified for the main event, winning Group A this is. And there's one match left. Spiral versus ikbencool in a Night Elf versus Human. We do love Night Elf versus Human. Maybe ikbencool can score a W for Team Netherlands. That would be quite something. We go into the last little break of the clan war, and then we'll see. Last chance for the Netherlands to take a series off of Germany. Otherwise, it's going to be a clean 4-0. See you in a bit. The last clan war of the day. Of course, we will be continuing the coverage for W3NL once we go into the decider stages, the last play-in stage. This is just a warm-up, everybody. This is just a warm-up. So, let's see. Germany could close this out. If Spiral wins 2-0, he's once again considered the favorite against ikbencool. There would be an 11-1. Quite a statement, if you ask me. But the Netherlands, they still have a chance. They only lost this clan war. All other clan wars were victorious. So, as a second place, they will be going into the play-in stage versus, for example, the United Kingdom, Serbia, and Peru, probably? We'll see where this goes. Germany qualified first place, as well as Poland, who had a wonderful showing here, only dropping 7 maps. Russia also only dropping 1 map. That is incredible. Yeah, Russia. I mean, this team is just so good. Oh, Julia's here. I hope you're doing well. Heard you were a little under the weather recently. I hope everything is fine for you too. So, Warden opening. Man, I haven't seen Spiral games in quite some time. Let's see in what shape he is. ikbencool, as I said, a very good player, but Spiral, one of Europe's elite. If he's in shape, definitely top 10 Europe. And we don't know how much he's playing, really. And with the Warden opening, you do need some practice. You're on Tight Huntress. Wait, is that a second engine of war? It is a second engine of war, but no Huntress here, so rather used for creeping instead of massing. Got it not updated? What? What's not updated? It. Like, what is it? More buds. Thank you for the 17-month resub. And man, this Warden is already pummeling this Archmage quite hard. Let it TP or will he just let it die? It's only level 1. So, might be better, but man, this is such a big opening for the Warden. Also good experience. Very, very aggressive. Good movement. Forces a TP, but that also requires a shop now. A very early one. Which he does not have. No expansion. Just a lumber mill. And a tower here. Rough game for ikbencool. Rough game.
A player's forces
very
are
rough
under
game.
attack. The town is under siege.
Well then. Mass hunts coming. Tier 1, level 1, Warden finds more kills. There was a lot of pressure. It's a lumber expo. That's true. Yeah, new meta. ikbencool, I think, coming out of retirement. At least competitive retirement. To make sure this team got the necessary amount of players.
Forces are under attack.
Ethereal Blue, thank you for the 100 bits. And yeah, I think... Okay, there is a shop now. But the Warden... Oh no! Just swimming through the summon! And entering the base. Oh, that's so hard. Kleezer, thank you for the Prime sub. No mining here. Everything turned into militia as the hunts are starting this harass. Spiral is just all over the place. Left hand side, AP's coming, Huntress here, right hand side, and in the middle, it's the Warden, it's chaos all over. Tight Hunters has to sell the claw to get a little bit of healing. That hurts. That hurts bad. Yeah, this Echo is wrecked as well. Third AP coming. Spiral is taking no prisoners here. Damn it. Quad AP. It just seems to be too much. Warden waiting for some mana to blink out. Not that cheap. But the damage is done elsewhere. And the damage will be done on the left hand side as well.
Players' forces are under attack.
The most dominant performance so far by Team Germany here today. Not XlorD, not Juan, but rather Spiral. Throwing all the poor militia into the breach. Archmage finally got some HP back, summoned some Water Elemental, but this AoE is just too much.
A player's forces are under attack.
Once again, the poor peasants have to suffer. Archmage as well, though. So not only the proletarians. Spiral number one, Spiral number one. I like that. Like that support. Not the flashiest player Spiral is, but yeah, so stable. So solid. This is just, this hurts. This hurts a ton. Poor workers. One can't find the Archmage. Another good escape by ikbencool. Ikben dead. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think the Netherlands were heavily reliant on the performance of Armin and Sasuke. Who both did well and survived quite a bit, but ikbencool here demolished by Spiral. No prisoners, ruthless aggression, and that is the 9-1 for Germany here. And of course the chance to make it 11-1. Very, very good. Very, very good seeding by Germany as well. It just plays to all their advantages. That does hurt. So Hex said, my list of qualified teams is not updated. Looking at the NW3L site now, where everything is posted. So we will go through this at the end of the clan war, but Germany number 1, Netherlands behind it, Russia, the dominant performance in Group B. The UK behind it, really not bad. Is there a chance for Bulgaria? There might be, as Bulgaria is still playing. Oh, Russia. They need a lot of points there, though. They need like 4 or 5 points. Not the easiest against a team that only lost 1 map thus far. Group C has Serbia on top of Poland? Okay. Ah, Serbia versus Poland is 6-6. Nice. 12-0 here. Serbia also scoring points against Swiss. So yeah, Wikipedia wasn't updated. That means probably the winner of Serbia and Poland is advancing? I'm not too sure. Or if Poland scores against Norway, we'll see about that. And here, Peru over Brazil. Peru have one more game. No, oh, they will be playing Brazil versus Peru in week 5. Not bad. Good match. Forks is probably gonna cast this for you guys. Looking great today, Remo. That is because I'm Neo. But thank you. Got a little fonder of cardigans again. They're pretty comfy. Actually, that is inspired by Mr. Remo Demo, who wears this quite nicely as well. We relied on Germany not putting their literal top 20 world team on the line. Yes, yes, true. True banger lineup by Germany, just the King Hanf is missing. He'll probably be watching. Is there South Korea? South Korea was invited to the main stage. This is the qualifier, basically. Shout out to Zwarte Kat for organizing this on the Dutch side. Translates to Black Cat, by the way. My Dutch, I'm basically fluent in Dutch. Or Netherlandish, as it's called now. That is because Dutch is pretty similar to the German dialect that was spoken where I grew up. Which basically translates to flat German. It's funny because this cat is actually white. Lol. Alright, we got ourselves game number 2. Might be the last one here. Judging from the first performance. Sasuke. Switching from Nena 99 Red Balloons to Rammstein lyrics now. Groning's dialect is basically German. Yeah, I grew up pretty close to Groningen. Great games, great entertainment in general, thank you. That's sweet. Sasuke, idiot. Okay, ikbencool. Can you take the second map for the Netherlands? Should scare Team UK quite a bit then. Ooh, Spiral with a neutral hero build order. Oy, 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 oy. Playing Panda first? Beastmaster first? Or is he a little trickster, goes for Tinker or something? But he will go back to creeping. This song is so epic, by the way. It's the perfect "a guy just won the world championship" song. You know, with all the emotions that RTS players always display on camera when they win something. ikbencool the Scout Tower, that's quite nice, should help. And it is a Beastmaster with a lovely, lovely polar bear. Oh man, when they designed this hero, that they thought about making the bear thematic is just so good. Back when they cared. But hey, we heard they're looking for a new lead producer to update the content of Reforged. That was quite good news. Let's see if people will apply. Hiro Masuda gifting a sub to Nika Samothrace. Thank you very much. You You two fools. I love you guys. Time to meet up again for sure. Great mana potion. Not that bad, eh? Lots of bears, lots of quill beasts. So... looks like Spiral is playing Northern Isles like other people play Last Refuge then. ikbencool trying to expand again. It didn't really work on map 1. This time Spiral going for tier 2, not mass. He's expanding himself behind this. Quite passive Beastmaster play this far.
A town is under siege.
But okay, with that, ikbencool actually has a chance to set up the expansion and save himself into the later stages. Good creeping this far by Spiral. Getting level 3 here. Ring of Regen is excellent. Saving Moon Juice. That is a Hunter Soul, which is scouted. And a tree, which is not scouted yet. Oh, that's a lot of mana. Lightning Shield on the bear! Oh, Spiral! Back when he was playing Orc, he was one of the first to excessively use Lightning Shield and Chain Lightning. Called him Thor for a bit before he switched to Night Elf. He's bringing this back, or a little bit at least. Oh, and that's so much damage. The Quill Beast as well against the tower, which is not finishing. Oh, that's so horrible. Poor ikbencool. Is at the tavern, going for the Naga, even more pressure. Spiral's wasting no time here. Not at all. Damn, that German lineup is really scary. And how are you supposed to fight this? So much control with the Naga, so much damage, good micro, keeps the archer safe, it's nighttime. He could Shadow Meld them if he wants, there's no reveal. Oh, low damage roll, Footman stays alive, and Spiral just might be willing to commit the Greater Mana here. Oh, poor Ben. Yep, Greater Mana consumed. More summons it is, while expanding, while going for Dryads. The tower might come up this time. That's a great usage of the mana potion. You can just stay here for a long time and make sure that Ben can't really use his footman to attack Spiral's base. Sparta is the Orga. Sparta and Hax. So the Spartans playing Duck collaboration.
Forces are under attack.
And the Orga of the that's the Orga of Team Germany. The Orga of the entire tournament is Tinker and the French Craft team. Spiral going for tier 3. Spiral almost started mining first. Yeah, true. That's so true. Plus the tech, like Ben is still on tier 1. Brutal, 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 brutal. But Ben is putting on a fight here with the limited forces he has. Does a lot of damage, but can't really get the kills. With that mana potion, of course. It was Spiral able to stay in this. Steps out with the Beastmaster that exposes the rest. Oh, bash on the Archmage, but that's about it. Chasing. Does now have no boots. Wonder if you can get the kill. Hoping for more bashes. Gets it actually. Now tier 2, okay. ikbencool doing quite some damage here and looks a lot better than in game 1. So, gold mine at 50%. Would be nice if you could slow that down. Shout out to Frenchcraft for being awesome. 100% true. 100% true.
A player's forces are under attack.
Spiral pretty typically be breaking through the bears. If the summoned bears aren't enough, just get more bears. Different double racks. Give me a blacksmith? Yeah, okay. Mass rifles. Yeah, he needs army. He can't wait for tier 3. Spiral's tier 3 is wait fast. As it has finished already. There's a new there is still a TP. And a new report Fort Lightning 2. Okay, ikbencool needs a little bit of time. He got the gold now. He's getting the buildings up. Needs rifles, needs casters. But yeah, that's not his moment to fight. Footman with defend, actually kinda nice-ish. Oh, Archmage in trouble, has to TP out. Bought some time where Spiral wasn't able to attack his base. Sonic sporting Spring 2020 fashion in his stream. Make a screenshot, share it. Okay, Ben under a lot of pressure again. Rifles are coming in and get the connection to Dryads, which is nice. They're favored here. And of course, the big damage dealers are summons and bears. And he doesn't have the solution against that. No breakers, no priests, no upgrade. Kind of traps the Beastmaster, but he got rejo on him, which can't be dispelled at the moment. Oh, that push is really good. Level 3 Naga. Couple of militia, but only so few. And yeah, reju everywhere. Man, what a nice elaborated timing by Spiral to push with all this sorcery. When Ben had no dispel. Toe Beast. Nice, more creativity in chat than in my goofus brain. Casting Spiral games for, I don't know, 10 years and never thought about it. Toe Beast indeed. Oh, this German lineup is pretty damn nice, I gotta say. That's just a taste maker for the play-ins, for the main stage. But damn, love these guys. And yeah, that's the GG, that is destruction. And Germany ends the clan war on a high note. Spiral's performance, pretty great. 11-1 over the Netherlands, who were undefeated before. Germany came into this as the favorite, and on the map showed us why. Only dropping a map in the 2-2 where anything can happen, especially on like a map 1 where you don't know what your opponents are playing, as the meta in 2-2 is not really settled. But for the one-on-ones, just boom, 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 one win after the next. Shout out to Sasuke. Shout out to Sasuke for making this so close, almost taking a map off of Juan. And in general, they're not getting the... ikbencool, of course, got a little slaughtered, especially on Tidehunters, but he was just filling the lineup dude behind Armin and Sasuke, who did a good job in the group stage. So they might advance into the last chance play-ins here. Pretty sure, yeah, they will. So we take a look at the bracket once again, and Looking forward to this. Next week is the decider play-ins. Germany, with this result, qualified for the main event. Germany first, Netherlands second. That is a little bit of a surprise, I think, that it's not Croatia. And they're actually ending up fourth, I guess. So Germany and Netherlands hand in hand. Germany directly qualified. Netherlands go into the relegation, I guess. Croatia can still get 25. Oh, okay, Stoker. They can make it 12 versus Turkey. Ooh. Oh, damn. Ah, thank you, Stoker. Swatika comes in, GG Germany. Yeah, GG indeed. Russia first. Of course, they're qualified here. UK and Bulgaria. I mean, we talked about this before. Bulgaria needs 4 points versus Russia, who only dropped a single map. Ah, Swatikat says they still have to play 2 games against Turkey. Okay, so pretty sure Netherlands is through as well. Because then with 4 points and 2 victories, it would be at 28, and then there's no chance for Croatia to catch up. So, yeah, Bulgaria with a small chance here. Belarus is out, right? Yeah, Belarus is out. Shout out to the UK. Winning against Bulgaria. Okay, taking the 1 map off of Russia. And defeating the Czech Republic 11-1. That's pretty crazy. Russia def win over Bulgaria? Bulgaria not playing? So they don't take the chance? Well then, great for the UK. Group C has Serbia in the lead. I guess here's some games still open. Isn't there? Yeah, Norway still plays Poland and Serbia has to, 2 games left against Swiss. This is actually a pretty close race. 6 points ahead. Might come down to the decider that was played here, and I think that was won by Serbia? Ah, no, by Terra. Okay, so Poland, little bit of an edge over Serbia. Definitely some stuff happening. And Peru and Brazil, hand in hand here at the top, but they will be playing against each other. Yo, Danger! What's up, mate? Nice to see you here. When is that Clan War Brazil vs Peru? Is that... Oh, it was supposed to be yesterday. I don't see any... Okay, maybe next week or something. I know that there was some rescheduling happening. Maybe we can send a caster for that one too. Peru vs Brazil, man. Crazy. South America classic. Alright, and then... The winners here will meet the invited and already qualified nations. China will be represented by Fortitude, Alice, Cini, Joshishi, Isorg. Oh, I can actually show that here. Isorg, Cini, Noeosi, Mango, TBC. Not the craziest lineup, but definitely nice to see them participate. Francison with Todd, Wiz, Craft, and Zyko. Scary. Of course, qualified already as the main Orga. Ukraine. Need a new player, I think, right? It was supposed to be this all Night Elf lineup with Foggy, Sonic, and Hot, but unfortunately Hot passed away a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, hopefully they find a solution for that. It's of course a very sad reason to lose one of their most beloved players. South Korea, represented by Lucy as a team captain, Music, Chemico, Thunder, Ikor, Lolite, Yange, Zealous, Focus, and Bongo. Also not the top tier lineup, but they will bring the heat, that is for sure. Chemico, Lolite, sick. The US of A with Ark, Waxstrats, Hylua, and Hitman. No Cruncher, unfortunately, but not Hawk, hot. Sweden comes in. Good to see a team Sweden back after they didn't participate in W3AL anymore, with Skut, Thorzane, Lily C Starshaped, Wunderhoff, Rock, Knopf, and Dovak. Some of them were even quite active recently, I think. So Serbia qualified with Ike Atheist P and FPXY. Poland in with a big lineup, Terra Valdez Ankus, Glare Paladin, SLH, Smurf, Soka, Nov, and Zaranox. Russia qualified with Caspant as the Orga, as well as Nick, Johnny Cage, Dice Cash, Cooper Shake. That's a sick lineup. And the UK in the play-in stage with Hippo, Rookie, Bainza, No Tricks, Governor, Identify, Qbert, Dark, Tox, and Reva. And then 4 more teams here, as we have some tiebreakers. The second place countries from the group stage will have a deciding match, which hopefully we can cover. Nation Wars, Nation League, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that was our first clan war here of Nations League. I hope you enjoy it. Shout out to Team Germany for winning the group stage so convincingly, only slacking a little bit against Greece with the B lineup, but they gotta give our star players a little bit of a rest before the real challenges appear. And you can contribute to W3NL to the Nations League. We got a match to Reno up $1,100 already. If we reach $1,500, then Frenchie is adding $500 to this. And you can do that via direct donations or buying one of these supporter badges for War 3 Champions for just $5. $3 of that go to the prize pool and $2 go to the organizer for that time. So, and of course the graphics, etc., etc. If you want to support Back to Warcraft, then you can do that, of course, at backtowarcraft.com/support. You can find all the information you need, all the links to our Patreon, where you get replay analysis, coaching, hand-picked playlists for music recommendation by myself and Carson, as well as movie recommendations by Mr. Remo Demo. And you get access to the secret Discord channels, where we get, of course, priority with Q&A. And we get fun game evenings as well. At the Midas tier, you even get a VIP badge for the chat. And exactly, that's what you get on our Patreon. You can sub here on Twitch when you have a Prime subscription to Amazon. You get 1 sub per month for free. We gladly take that from you. If you can't really decide which channel to give it to us. Same goes for one-time donations and cryptocurrency. If you have a little bit of change, just give it to us. We'll gladly take this via Streamlabs and 1UP coin. If you need some apparel to bring you through the winter, we got hoodies, we got college jackets, keep you warm and cozy, or buy a mug if you're into hot cocoa or hot wine during this cold time. The merchandise store over at Streamlabs got you covered. And of course, our beautiful, beautiful sponsor, the esports award-winning hardware manufacturer of the year, is CORSAIR, and they are with us throughout the entirety of 2022. And they are for a long, long time. So if you're looking for a new case, a new keyboard, a new headset, a new screen, any streaming gear, an entire gaming PC, mice, etc., 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 they got it all. Use the coupon code BACKTOWARCRAFT for a 10% discount. Make sure to use the link over at backtowarcraft.com/support, as this will show the people, of course, that you're coming from us and that their support is worth it. I'm using this one right here, Virtuoso RGB wireless, and you probably will cut your cord even of audio if there's a little bit of a misinformation from back in the old days when wireless technology wasn't that great. Guys, I can only tell you, wireless communication is pretty rad with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. No delay anymore. Great sound. They got Dolby Atmos on this one. And if you're a streamer, you don't want to stream without a Stream Deck anymore. I can tell you, I got 2 of these suckers. Same goes for the key lights, the green screens, and everything regarding streaming. Really, cameras, audio. Elgato does the best gear there. Got that, right? So what's up next week? We take a day off tomorrow to do some office work and behind the scenes work. Then we're back on Tuesday with Ted Cup, the return of Moon, everybody. $5,000 tournament, I think that is, starting into the group stage on Tuesday around noon. And that will go through pretty much the entire week. We got ESL Meisterschaft on Tuesday and Wednesday, Creep Check on Thursday, And maybe a certain someone is making a return soon, so we'll see. Everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for spending your precious Sunday evening time with me and the German team and the Dutch team. And I hope you can relax. Now, I'm going to watch the new episode of Attack on Titan because Attack on Titan is the best series that my TV screen has ever seen. And I'm very much looking forward to what's happening over there. See you next week, you wonderful, lovely people. Stay safe and be kind.